Hello everyone. I'm back with some more news about NIO and cutting the clutter, simplifying the things for you. In the previous video, one of my previous videos, I talked about the new news that's coming between now, August and November, and I talked about the new car release number dates and the announcement date. But I also pointed that there could be new things coming up with respect to its self-driving or it's not you can say the driving assistant mode or things like that. Those kind of the news that could be coming up, and today I have two news, and that keeps the things kind of momentum of the stock price going up. So we have a battery as a service news coming up, and then the second one it relates to its autopilot or drive assistance or self-driving mode. So let's go to the second one first. The news is they have a new head in the form of Shaoqing Ren, who now heads its self-driving or drive assistant unit development unit of NIO. So to give you a background of the problem, NIO was very aggressive into self-driving its software and its sensors and all these things, but it was facing a lot of a cash crunch, and therefore it possibly stopped the development of the this self-driving mode thing. Now the problem with not doing that is the competition. So basically, if you are not providing any special values, you could have a huge number of competitors coming up for you, and you are not left with any unique element to be able to survive in this competition. So it was very important that any company in its area should have a unique compelling feature that others do not have, so you stay ahead of this competition. So NIO earlier had Jamie Carlson was a former Tesla employee, and from June 2016, after the employment, Jamie Carlson left the NIO and the position was unfilled. So Shaoqing Ren, what we find is that he's heading the company called Momenta, that was a self-driving car startup. So obviously he knows the things very well, and we hopefully will. It looks like NIO is going to start working on the drive assistant feature of the car. In the meantime, they also had the collaboration with the Israeli company for this software. So that's the first news. The second news has to do with the battery as a service. So what does the battery as a service mean? So usually 25% of the car cost comprises of the battery itself. This is a big cost. If you separate the battery and just keep the car, then it reduces the cost of the car. For example, we hear that the NIO's EC6 car, instead of $50,000, will cost something like $38,000 without the battery. So the buyer pays for the car but does not pay for the battery. And what he does is possibly pays a monthly charge for using the battery as a service. Now he kind of hires the battery. That's what I could understand about it. And it has three features. Number one, he could recharge the battery on his own home as and when he wants, which will be same as owning the battery. Now the new thing about the battery as service model is the exchangeable. So you are driving on a highway, you run out of the battery, you go and exchange the battery. So you don't own the battery, the company owns the battery, and you kind of keep it for as and when you require it, and you pay kind of a monthly fee. So if you need, you just take this battery. Since you don't own it, you are paying only a monthly fees, you are paying only for the service. So that NIO would give you another battery, and that battery you again the car owner does not own it, NIO owns it. So that's still driving your car. But the third key point is it's upgradable. So usually you will be paying a lower fees for a lower wattage rating or ampere hour battery. But if you, for example, want to go for a long drive, you want a bigger battery, you pay a higher fees and then upgrade it to a bigger battery, and that can change over a period of time. So this is the battery as a service. It reduces the upfront cost for the owner, and it possibly gives more monthly payment in the long run to the NIO battery, and it provides NIO can gets an extra kind of a monthly income for the NIO at the price of its more upfront cost to set up those batteries. But in the long run, it should make much sense, and that brings another competitive advantage for the NIO as compared to its other competitors. I hope these two newer news will help you understand more about NIO. Thanks for taking a look.